Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here. Welcome back to the Stella Sora video. Let's talk about Shia. How strong is she? Also, as somebody that has both the character and the disc itself, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a little bit of perspective on how strong is Shia and how you want to build her ideally. So if you go to the trial right here, you can see that you can basically try her out if you want to, and she basically has two different builds. Alright, one is going to be the one that's focused more on single target, and the other one is going to be where you want to try to use her in the multi-target fashion, right? So support build can also be an option for her, but I don't really recommend since she's going to be a vanguard character. Now in any of these particular build, you can see the team that she's in is going to be paired with Tilia and of course Jinglin, right? So these two are going to be, in my opinion, one of her best partner, right? So depending on who you have. Now personally, I don't have my Jinglin build yet, but Tilia is going to be there alongside with her in the particular banner, right? So basically you have a chance to get her right here. So she's a very good support. As you can see, this particular skill, attack buff, is always going to be very useful. So I highly recommend Tilia. She should be the priority, right? If you want to make one of the best LUX team right now, alright, for light, definitely you can see right here, right? Increase squad's attack by 53%. That's just straight up bonkers. Of course, she has one more AoE ultimate right here that creates a sphere and then does AoE damage, right? So what is going to be the sigil of LUX Light, right? So this particular one, now if you guys are not aware already, ideally you want to use a mono element team so that they can trigger the mark thing here. Sigil of LUX is going to be the AoE damage that this particular character can do. Now for the time being, Shia is going to be perhaps the best or the strongest DPS character if you're trying to make a LUX team. Now another option is going to be Minova. Now Minova is going to be much more of a versatile character. I still have a selector, I still haven't used her yet. She's the only character I don't have, as you can see, but she is going to be someone of a versatile category. So you can basically pair Minova with Shia if you want to. Alright, you can basically, there's no need for you to force yourself to ditch Minova. I believe Minova is still going to be very strong. However, if you had previously built a Minova, you can probably get away with not having Shia. Now, a lot of people have been complaining and have been contemplating on whether or not you want to pull for Shia if you already have Minova. Now, I get that if you are in that position, you can probably wait to see who the next banner is going to be before you make your decision, right? I think that's going to be better in the long run. So right now, if you already have your LUX team complete and Minova is going to be your main DPS as a whole, then you can get away with not having Shia, because I don't see the restriction right now. Currently, in our position right now, there's just no need for us to have multiple teams. Maybe in the future, we need to have multiple teams of the same element, like multiple LUX team or multiple Ignis team. But right now, I think we are still in the early stage. The game is just barely 1 week old, and we are still struggling to build our characters. So if you already have Minova, trying to get Shia and build her can be a little bit expensive, and there's no skill reset in this particular game. So there's that, right? Now I feel like for everybody that's asking me, should you get Shia? The first thing that you gotta ask yourself is, do you have Minova? Right? If you have Minova, the second question that you gotta ask yourself is, do you have Minova built? If you already have built her, getting Shia might not be necessary for the time being, right? Now I get it, right? You might want to get her for other purposes, like collection purposes, that's fine, but I'm just talking about from meta perspective. Now in terms of the team that I'm currently using right now, I have Shia, Laru, and Tilia. Now, why the heck do I have Laru but not Jinglin? I haven't started building my Jinglin yet. She's level 20, and Laru was my previous main DPS character, so I'm swapping her away to be a support temporarily. Now, this is not going to be the best team. Obviously, like I mentioned, Laru should either be replaced with either Jinglin or Minova, whoever that you have, right? Tilia is going to be there permanently fixed, in my opinion, because her attack percent boost is just irreplaceable. So I feel like right now for the best LUX team, if you're trying to make the best LUX team, it's going to be Shia as the main DPS, and then Tilia and Minova is going to be the support in that particular case. But make sure if they are the support, you gotta make sure to prioritize on the support skill, especially the support skill and the ultimate skill. Those are going to be the priority. So make sure to skill those up as well, right? Very important. Now in terms of overall performance, what do I think of Shia right now? I feel like she's a very versatile character. She does take a little bit of skill to play in terms of you have to constantly move around, because right now for LUX team, it is going to be a little bit squishy. If you make her stay in the same spot, alright, and you just try to auto without moving at all, she's going to get hit a lot. She's going to eventually die because she doesn't have the HP to sustain herself, and LUX team just doesn't shine in that particular area, right? So if you want to play like full auto hands off, I think Terra team is going to be there for that, especially with Nazuna with a strong heal, and Jiri can just constantly spam the stuff. But for LUX team overall, you sort of have to manual her to a certain extent. Now, especially the most important thing is during her ultimate skill, so that's going to be the one that you have to target specifically in the middle. If you don't, sometimes the cursor or the entire ultimate is just going to hit the ground and not hit any enemies at all. So you have to move that particular AoE around and make sure to target the enemies in that particular vicinity to get the best out of it. To be honest, I definitely can see that she might not suit everybody's playstyle. For me, I actually like her. She's a very strong unit. If you play her well, you try to move her around, try to dodge a little bit, take advantage of, you know, the dashing sometimes to try to avoid taking damage. She's been pretty consistent in that particular manner. She's way squishier than Chitose though. I think a lot of people are going to try to make that comparison because Chitose is going to be in the other banner, right? So that's going to be something to consider. Now personally, no matter how strong she is right now, I feel like for a lot of players, you can probably get away with not having her. Alright, in the Cataclysm Survivor right now, as you can see, definitely there's this particular Catastrophe one with a Revbone Chase Hunt. This is going to be extremely tough. You can see right here, Water and Lux definitely do have the weakness, but you can see there's also the Ventus as well. So you can get away with, you know, if you have Ventus teams built, you can basically get away with that. But this is something that, as you can see, you know, Hunt phase 1, we're going to have this, and the first clear period, this is going to give you quite a lot of those things, right? So make sure you guys take advantage of this. So this is going to be the seasonal one. Catastrophe, I believe, is going to be that particular one. I still haven't done this yet. I'm going to try to do this later. I don't think I should have too much difficulty, but I do think that if I have to guess, Shia is going to shine right here, and they are definitely trying to shield this in favor because of her element, right? So with that, let's talk a little bit more about the events then, right? So alongside with her, there's also going to be this particular event, and I think a lot of players have basically try out a little bit of the battle stages. You can see the stage is going to be open once a day. Now, one thing to note is you might have to spend your own extra stamina to basically farm as many things as you can from the event stages. Now, based on my observation right now, the Summer Brawl 1, the first stage, and the second one, it seems like the rice crackers that you obtain, right? The squid rice cracker, the permanent one is going to be fixed. That's going to be the same amount at 400, but the first time reward is going to be increased from 300 to 350. I'm guessing it's going to increase throughout, right? So this one is going to be quite simple, alright? It shouldn't be too difficult, right? So ideally, once you go in, you will be able to sweep a lot afterwards. So make sure you guys are aware of that. If you need to, you know, you might want to like try to use some of the bottles or the stamina, because if you don't, you might not be able to finish. Some of the things are quite strict. I will basically show you guys later. But as you can see, this stage, it's not too difficult. It is quite easy, right? Shia is going to be able to just flow through all of this. I think that's pretty much it. So that's the last one. So there's the special card at the bottom right. Okay, so that's very interesting. There's normal and hard. I'm not sure what hard is going to be or how many stages are in hard, but as you can see right now, we're still gonna wait for a little bit. For me, I will wait for a little bit before I go all in and sweep. But if you look at the event missions right here, alright, there's all of these things. You can read the event story. You can try to do some of these quests right here to get the additional squids and stuff. But one of the adventure quest requirements right here is to clear event battle stage 160 times. Now that is a lot of times, right? One of the requirements here, there's a chance that you might not be able to get that. So that's going to be 50 Stellar Knight dust overall. The rest of this maybe is much more possible, but I'm still waiting to see. Maybe on the last day they might consider giving you more stamina refreshes as well. But the objective is simple. You want to go into the stage, try to get 3 stars of the stage, and then try to sweep as many as you can. And then in the event shop, you can basically purchase all of these items. Now, if you cannot buy some of these items at the bottom here, I don't think it's that big of a deal. There are some cool stuff like the gifts and stuff, but ideally the tickets should be a priority. Of course, this is going to be something that's very important. And last but not least, the 5-star disc. I'm so glad that they have this particular thing right here. Make sure you guys get that. And they are not only giving you a 5-star LUX disc, they're also going to give you the dupes necessary to basically max it, right? You can basically buy 5 of these, so you are going to be able to unlock your disc to maximum. So I think this is a good approach with how the game is going. In my opinion, if every single event will have a 5-star disc, that means pulling for discs might not be necessary or as necessary compared to before, right? I think now that we have seen this, it seems like the approach is just, you know, if you ever want a 5-star disc, just get it from the event shop, right? That's just going to be a better proposition, especially if you're a low spender and free to play player. This is not going to last too long, as you can see. It's only going to be there for about 2 weeks. We're also going to have this lucky shovel here, so make sure you guys come here to dig this particular one. As you can see, I'm trying to get all of the stuff that's available right here, just to get the special item. Alright, get the score, and then try to basically get all of this from the signal detection, right? Okay, we got this thing right here. Okay, that last one, right? It has to be this one, right? Oh, it's this one. Ah, come on. No treasure shovel available? Really? I guess that's how it is. To get the shovel, you basically will need to, if you want to, you will need to quick battle and sweep this, right? I won't do that yet. I still have plenty of things I want to farm. I still have plenty of characters I want to build. I will wait for a little bit and see how it goes. Again, that's my overall thoughts of Shia, the newest, latest character in Stella Sora. If you guys haven't already, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.